Well, first you share the thingy.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
I was already muted.
That's what I said. Look at us, skilled professionals at streaming.
Always, the most professional.
After like 2 years, 3 years.
The most professional. Really, realistically. Who's following me? Who is you? 201 followers. We made it over the hump.
Wow, look at us. Look at our baby obvious nonsense.
Okay.
Looks so grainy on here.
You know Facebook, how they do us. You know how they love it. We look way better on Twitter.
Of course. Well, that's where we get the hose, so.
Mm-hmm.
That's where we get the hose.
Is anybody watching?
No. No, yeah. Oh, it was, I was like, was YouTube linked? But YouTube linked. I've forgotten how to do this at all. Wait, I thought Periscope was gone. How does this work like this then?
It's Twitter.
I know, but I thought, like, did they just...
They said they were going to replace it with Twitter, with videos.
Oh. I haven't seen anybody on it, so I was confused.
It's broadcast Twitter.
Ew. This is how long we've obviously been gone, that we no longer know how to use our...
And nobody's even watching those.
Our streaming thing.
Let's just start, I guess.
Yeah.
Welcome to Insert Name Here, brought to you in full technicolor and living sound with the dulcet tones of the wonderful, amazing, very smart, very intrepid, gorgeous, thick, she getting tanner, that's good,
Juicy.
yeah, that's slut, Alejandra.
I had to do the meme face. Yeah, that's me potentially. I don't know about the last part, but it's me.
You don't know about the last part?
No, I don't know about the last part.
Okay. What did you just tweet today? What did you say your purpose was? Okay, shut up. All right, and it's me, the cool, the calm, the collected, except when all the time. Malachi Unique, me, the good looking one. My mom said I was especially beautiful yesterday, and I felt beautiful. Like, I never looked beautiful on this show, because this show...
First of all, it's at 8-something o'clock at night. The whole day has gone. My beauty has been... But
in real life, if you saw me in real life, like Chip saw me, he didn't really see me because I was wearing a mask, but he could tell from my eyes that I'm beautiful.
You're sick.
He didn't say that, but he was thinking it.
It's funny, it's not showing on the multi-streaming, but there are 3 people watching us on.
Oh, that's lit. That's lit. We're just doing the intro real quick. We like to talk our shit before we get started. I was just, moisturizing for the game.
That's too big screen.
All right, so yeah. So there was an election last night. Do you guys know that?
It was like a pretty big deal, I think, potentially. I don't know. It could be wrong.
Things
happened. A certain woman by the name of Michelle Wu might have won.
It's about the future, actually. This whole conversation is about the future, as you can see behind us.
It's about the future because last night there were, in fact, 100 million reasons why blacks didn't vote for Anissa Sabi George and why they voted for Wu.
Wu.
Because we have a new mayor starting next week. Am I cooked? When's
the 16th?
Starting the 16th, my mayor will be Michelle Wu, the first elected woman of color.
How exciting for our city. A progressive. The first elected woman and the first elected woman of color and the first elected person of color. That's Boston, baby. We out here. You know how we do. You know how we like to keep it over her. Racist. That's how we like to keep it. Oh, no, God. But yeah, it was kind of expected. Like, everybody rolling up to this election, like, it's Boston, so like the whole time you're like, you know, is this gonna happen? But it seems like it's gonna be a blowout. It seems like it's gonna be a blowout. For weeks and months, it seemed like it was gonna be a blowout, and it was.
This email didn't sketch me. Sorry, work email did not send like I thought it was gonna send.
It's gonna be a blowout, and it was. She won by like 24 points.
Won by a lot, a very large margin. Beat the crap out of Anissa Sabi George. I'm quite
Yo,
pleased.
I should have posted the picture of her campaign event as our background with that huge place and not that many people.
Because we're pretty like that.
Yo.
All right, so, okay, we're here for the election breakdown. We're here to give you the tea, the juice, the information, the thoughts that we have about the election. All right.
So, yeah, open up you got the little...
I'm trying to find it. I can't find my screen. One of my screens is... That's not the one.
It's this one.
No, it's not. It was on...
No, it's this the up. It's that one.
Both of... It's neither of those.
It was a small... There was another one.
It's not this one. This is my work email. I was like, I'm telling you, I can't find it. It's this one. Yeah. It was hiding on another screen. All right. So she won 63. It was like 9. So basically like 64% of the vote of the entire city. There's a map that if I can find on Twitter, pretty much highlights that she won everything. There's like 2 sections that she didn't win, which was like one section of like West Roxbury and one section of like Florian Hall, that Dorchester area, which is like that's Anissa's land. Like, there's a reason why she didn't win it.
Florian Hall?
I've never been to Florian Hall, and if I have, I've never
heard of that.
It's not a real place to me personally, but that's just my opinion.
That's the other Boston.
No, because somebody did say, interestingly enough, they were like, because Michelle Wu's highest victory came in the like that Curly area, and this is obviously claiming that Florian Hall area, and somebody was like, the gentrifiers versus the townies, and I was like, excuse me, I think you're a little confused.
Except for everybody else, like
I think you're a little confused on that Dorchester area.
You think only townies live in there? They can't even afford that. Everybody who used to live in South Boston, like the 80s and the 90s, is gone. They all moved to like the South Shore,
I don't
or
think
the North Shore.
You know that area. Like,
people...
there's a good amount of people that are like original Bostonians, but not like there used to be. I think you're a little confused.
For real, mad of those people moved to Florida, or to like I said, the South Shore, the Cape, North Shore. They don't want to live in little tight ass, ugly ass, damn near Southie.
It was funny to see that. And it's funny to see the white people that were like, wow, what a time to be alive. It's just all the people that were so ready for Anissa to win were just... They couldn't say anything last night. Like, everybody...
Nobody tweeted. None of them
nothing.
tweeted. None of those black people tweeted. None of them tweeted. I'm waiting. I'm waiting
on y'all that were like, oh, we're not going to vote if we don't get this, and this. No, we all still voted for Michelle Wu, so...
Where are you at?
Overwhelmingly, we all voted for Michelle Wu.
Okay, where's the man who said we were lost Negroes? Can he come through? He never... This man, I don't know. He didn't want to have a conversation. Like, we some winning Negroes, maybe. It might be lost, but at least we won.
With support from literally all over the city. And this only got
handily.
Got like 30% of the vote.
I'm trying to figure out, because his little queen, Kim Janey, I'm trying to figure out if he supported Michelle Wu afterwards. Did you? Because she was there, at the event. Was she not?
And then, okay, to break down some numbers, because I just love to read it because it's cute. Of the 143,547, I said that wrong, 143,547 voters. Right. It sounded wrong in my head.
Just because you have this guy.
Yeah. Michelle Wu won 91,239 votes. And Anissa, not a person of color, Asabi George, won 50,879.
Wow. It's a blowout.
And all I'm saying is that there was a reason why. Okay, there's a video on Twitter. If you're not on Twitter like we're on Twitter, then you're missing out on fun. But yesterday, I think it was in East Boston, they were pulling up to some pizza shop. I guess it's an election day thing. I think that's quite stupid, but whatever.
Shut up.
Tradition does tradition, whatever. Anywho, Michelle Wu pops up. She there. yada yada. There to pick up a pizza or some shit. Anissa in her car just waiting for Michelle to leave. Now, I ain't never seen nobody be bitch made like that. I personally, on election day, it would have made Anissa look so much better if she had gotten out of her car, went to shake Michelle Wu's hand, been like, good luck today, whatever happens, this is for the city of Boston. No. Homegirl sat in her car and let the media take a stupid video of her from her car just sitting there waiting for Michelle to leave. And so I want you to know that the L that Anissa took last night was one that was severely disrespectful. Like, I think that if she did not cry herself and her whole team cried themselves to sleep last night after the beating they were given, they're much stronger people than I.
I just wish I would have went to her event, like her post-election event, her, you know, hopefully a victory party. And it wasn't. Yeah. I wish I would have went there because there wasn't a lot of people there. And apparently they have food. And it's just that, like, I love the vibe of the Michelle Wu event. It was so wonderful. There were so many people I knew. They were playing great music. I was doing the electric slides to all the songs. And it was great. It was lovely. There was space and social distance, but all these motherfuckers kept running into me anyway. But I see what you were doing there, Michelle Wu. Thank you for giving us a space, even though no one took it. But, you know,
they were
that's not the point. Anyway, but all I want to say is that if I would have just, you know, slid through Anissa, because she had, like, I needed some hors d'oeuvres. Like, I think that, like, because I forgot, you know, the money for the cash bar, had I been able to drink liquor, I wouldn't have forgot about eating. Mm-hmm. But, I think maybe she could have brought chips. Like, I mean, I know my two friends, bro, I know they wanted some chips. They must have had some chips with them. What's their names? Young Michelle Wu and Young Michelle Wu too. I know they had some snacks.
Oh, the children?
Yes.
Blaze and Cass?
Yes, Blaze and Cass. They have such cool names. I just can't remember them. I'm sorry.
Michelle Wu 1 and Michelle Wu 2.
Young Michelle Wu 1 and Young Michelle Wu 2.
Okay.
Mr. Michelle Wu 1 and Mr. Michelle Wu 2. That's what their names are. And I know they had snacks. They must have some Doritos. Little kids always have Doritos somehow. I think they like giving, or Cheetos. I think they like giving little kids snacks that they can like rub all over themselves. But I just needed maybe, like, I don't know, maybe even some fruit, you know, would have been good. Maybe, like, some hoodsie cups. You should have got the... No, I wonder if Vanessa had the police ice cream truck. They should have brought that to the event if they didn't have that. They should have the police ice cream truck with the hoodsie cups.
I'm still waiting for the day that police truck comes and give me some ice cream.
Yo, it's never in the neighborhood. I've only ever seen it in like the park for National Night Out mainly.
Yes.
Do they only bring that out during National Night Out?
No, I don't think so. I think they bring it out randomly throughout the summer.
But I've never seen it in my neighborhood. But people get shot over here. So don't you want to
give me ice cream?
Bring the hoodsie cups. Okay. So you might be laughing at us for what we thinking about right now, but okay, why did the Boston police buy a damn ice cream truck? See, because clearly that's their logic, is that hoodsie cups will solve violence. So why aren't they bringing me some damn hoodsie cups? And why they be all fucking stingy about them anyway? The niggas is like this big. Like, I'm not 4 years old anymore. I need 2. I don't even like hoodsie cups. Anywho,
so back to the election. The polls, as we were briefly talking about a few minutes before we got very distracted, ADHD is a hell of a drug.
But I'm saying, though,
the polls basically showed coming into the election that Michelle Wu was going to win. A few weeks ago, if you guys remember, Anissa was like, "Don't trust the polls. The numbers are lie."
She said, "Don't trust the polls. The numbers they're wrong.
And
they're lying about me."
To tell people that maybe, like, on a national level, a presidential election, numbers lie there. Like, we know that. Hillary Clinton, blah, blah, blah. We know numbers are liars there. But when it comes to local elections, people are not really liars like that. You're not going to lie about who you're going to vote for. You're not going to really, like, you're pretty honest when you do those surveys. So the polls we get, the subset number is smaller. Like, it's easier to some degree to do these surveys. Like, the polls are pretty accurate in terms of what we're going to predict.
And the people who respond to those polls for local elections are people who are going to vote. So, like, if you're not going to vote, you're not going to respond to the poll, because half the time they, like, text you, and you're just going to be like, the fuck, and ignore the text. So, only people who are interested in actually voting will respond to those local election polls. Less so with the national ones, I think, because, I don't know, people just be more inclined.
Yeah.
But, yeah, like, I mean, it was very clear. And also, I just feel like, from just feeling the city, like
the vibe check.
The vibe was not Anissa. I mean, it was weird because it was like I was trying to figure out, like, I'm like, is it just my Boston bubble, my version of
bias.
Boston bubble? But it really didn't feel. I really wasn't feeling the Anissa vibes like around the city. Like, I think it's true. Like, I think a lot of people wanted to say, like, listen, we need policy shifts, and these people who want to play identity politics, who want to not like you can play identity politics, but that can't be the only thing you playing. Like, that can't be your only card in your hand. Like, identity politics is not a fucking full house, bro. Like, you need more than that. Like, identity politics is like the fucking it's not the big joker in spades. It's like the fucking, if you play my rules, it's like the fucking it's a spades. It's like the third biggest card, bro.
It's not going to win you everything. And that's what was proven last night. Like, Michelle Wu, a full year of, like, on the ground, beating everybody's ass, knocking on doors, having strong policy, being a better candidate. It won.
That they prove, like, people keep proving this is how you win elections. You win elections by, like, engaging people. You win elections by, giving people something to believe in, to vote for. People aren't looking for nothing is going to change anymore. And I don't think that, like, I think so many, like, center-left people refuse to understand that people are not looking for, like, even the quote-unquote moderates, they're not what you think. Like, they're not, you're imagining, like, people imagine, like, a Republican when they think of a moderate. And it's like, that's not what a moderate is in this country anymore. If it ever was, I'm not positive if it ever was, but, that's not what a moderate is in this country anymore. And a lot of people want things to happen. Like, a lot of people are, like, saying, like, our life is not okay. Like, you, like, nothing will change. You, like, we know your life's good, and we want to keep it good. People are like, our life is not good. We need it to change. We need things to get better. Like, and I think that people were attracted to somebody who was saying, I'm gonna try to make things better, and now it's time to demand it, right?
And I so rarely, like, obviously, like Malaysia said, we do have a certain bias of, like, the people we're around are mainly people that would vote for Wu, people with pretty, that would never vote for Anissa, pretty much. Most of the people that I know would pretty much never vote for Anissa. That was just the reality for me. So
that's why I was like, when people were asking about the black people thing, I was like, I mean,
nobody I personally
I just think, like, unless you're like Roy Owens, and, like, you're a conservative, like you're, like, really a conservative, like, you call yourself a conservative, you're not gonna, like, black people, they're not, like, they wouldn't vote. They're, like, I can't explain it. If you know.
I can't, it's hard to explain that part of, like, the black vote specifically. Like, all the polling showed, back to the polling, all the polling showed that behind Janie
the second choice.
and Andrea and John Barros and John Santiago, Wu was second choice for pretty much everybody. So, in theory, if we're following this trajectory of, like, well, my first candidate is gone, I'm going to my second, Wu had everybody on lock. Anissa, there was nothing Anissa was doing to pull those potential voters
to her base at all. And I think for some reason, again, it's the progressive thing. Like, people decide that moderate is safe, and it's not. It's clearly not safe. Like, moderate is clear, or maybe that's not moderate. It's one or the other. Either moderate is not safe, or what y'all think is moderate is not moderate. I think it's the latter, but.
And the fact,
way.
But this, like, I don't. What was the draw for an average voter in Boston, considering the fact that the average voter is a renter? The average voter is poor.
It didn't help that her husband is, like, he could have done something. Like, he could have tried to fix it, like, a little bit. Like, he could have been, like, starting to work on it, like, maybe 2 years ago. Like, maybe he cleans up one of those lots or something. Or, like,
does better at improving
maybe
some of
like
his
adds, like,
properties.
2 more affordable housing, make sure a family directly gets in, like, maybe gets the news to, like, record him making sure some homeless family gets a house in one of his buildings. If that was my husband, he would have known to do that. I would have been like, sir, you better fix that shit. You know I'm trying to be mayor. Also, oh, never mind. But I think people say, yeah, fuck that, man. We need a mayor who's gonna do something. We need somebody who's gonna be honest. I also think I think, like, Anissa didn't offer anything. She just was like, I'm a hometown one. I worked at Eastie. I'm going to play up my accent for some reason. You already have an accent just to speak in your normal accent. Everybody from Boston is looking at you like, the fuck? Why is she talking like that?
My mom, a very proud dot rat. Very proud to be born in St. Margaret's in Dorchester. If you needed to know, not only is she born and raised in Dorchester, but she was very much born there. Like,
and she went to Dorchester High. Don't get it twisted.
She's what were they, Bears or something like that? I can't remember.
I don't know.
My mother hated her accent, and my mother has a Bostonian accent. I don't care what she says to me. She does. And she hated her Bostonian accent and thought that was very unappealing. And then another thing that I'd point out, because I think my mom is a perfect almost like voter to kind of think of, in the aspect of like she's like a 50-year-old woman voter in Boston, homeowner, very good voter base to think of from Boston. She hated when people would bring up the fact that Wu was like born in like Chicago or something. She thought that was such an irrelevant point, considering my mom is like a townie for like a little old townie, like she from here. Like that point was like not something that my mom was attracted to at all. And Anissa, like one of the things she kept driving over and over again, even like in a few years back when like Wu, she came a little short behind Wu at the Art Large, she made that was like one of the first times she had made a comment about like, well, at least I'm from here, blah, blah,
right,
blah.
like nobody cares, girlfriend.
And nobody cared, and that was the
They
thing.
already did a whole poll on that too. Nobody cares.
We did not care that you were from
Nobody
here.
Like it, like bro, like I've said before, if it's a perfect candidate, two perfect candidates, and one is from here and one is not, sure, the one from here maybe gets a little more from me. That's never gonna happen. It's always one shithead and one good candidate. Whoever's a good candidate is gonna get my vote. Like, what is hard about that? Whoever's doing the things I want to be done. I don't understand, obviously, there are like aspects of identity that make it that make it so you govern in a different way, like, and you might understand certain things that maybe somebody else wouldn't because of your experiences, but that is not enough.
Not at all.
That is like I said, the tiniest part of governorship. That is the smallest part. We need you to be doing something for me specifically. So yeah, let's jump into what is the other one?
So organizing. Just wanting to point out how powerful organizing was overall for the Wu train, the Wooniverse. Just how, like, this is one of the great examples of how important organizing is, both social media organizing, having a strong social media team like Michelle Wu had to constantly be on social media and be like, yo, young people, y'all like in on this with me, right? And all the young people were like, why, yes, madame. We're here. We're here with you.
Yo, Nate really made that fan cam, and I really feel like all the young people were like, it's time. It's cool.
It's like some of the tweets that I saw from like people our age, of like in front of like Wu signs to go and vote and cool stuff. It was like, this is what happens when you have a candidate that actually invigorates the young people to vote. And I'm not saying she did for all young people.
Like, yeah, of course everybody didn't vote for her. Like, somebody's gonna come like, I didn't vote for her and I'm 12.
Yes, they'll be like, I'm black and I didn't vote for her. Yeah, okay, then it's not you.
Ugly.
You weren't the person I saw on Twitter. Okay, cool. But there were a bunch of young people that like she.
Anyway, it was in our crew. The people who know us. People who most likely see us in real life.
The people who be doing work in their community voted for Wu. That's all I'm gonna say.
Most of the people, I don't know. Whoever made this ad didn't vote. Wait, where's the thing? I had the paper just right here.
It's right here.
Oh, bring it out.
In case, whoa,
it's so beautiful. This is so exciting. Like, this is like really cool. Look at that. But anyway, this was a bad idea. I don't know if that turned anybody off. Like, thankfully for them, I guess they only sent it out and put it in the newspaper, like, the last 2 weeks or so. But everybody I saw see it did not appreciate.
Like, whoever released this, whatever we're seeing back here, this thing that Malaysia showed, which is a flyer. If you're just listening to us, I guess you wouldn't.
If you're listening
read it. It's a lovely flyer.
It's about the future. Mm-hmm. There are, first of all, let's say this is in red, yellow, green, and black. You think about the significance of those colors. Mm-hmm. It's about the future. There are 100 million reasons why blacks must support Anissa Sabi George for mayor. Violence prevention, jobs, academic achievement, a bold housing plan. Read about Anissa's plan for the black community. www. Vote, blah, blah, blah. And there's Anissa with 2 black children. Are they twins? No, maybe just related. They look alike.
They look alike.
Anyway, who wrote that? Was it Willie Gross? Was it? Which one of y'all black organizations? It was a black person, by the way. Like, somebody was like, it sounds like white nonsense. I like to tweet anyway because this is white nonsense still. But a black person made this. Or approved it. A black person phrased it for positive.
Because blacks is something blacks be saying a lot. Like, I know racist white people say blacks.
They do.
But black people also love to say blacks as well.
I'm not gonna say what I was gonna say. But certain people, like, you know how hoteps be typing, bro?
Me. Certain blacks.
Literally. You know how hoteps be typing, like, some people wouldn't necessarily read this and They might see it and they'd be like, this is all right. This is correct. Yes. But it's very strange. I don't know why they did this. Like, I'm positive her campaign didn't
Imagine how mad you would be if you saw this trending on Twitter and you're in Anissa's camp a week before the election or however many days ago it came out.
They probably flipped some fucking tables. It was in the banner too.
The
full page ad in the banner. I don't even know where
the banner, because wouldn't the banner need to tell you where it came from? Who paid
it
for
didn't.
It? Ooh.
I thought it was supposed to too. It didn't. I thought political action things were supposed to say who paid for it. This thing got dropped in a mailbox, which is illegal, by the way. And
it can only be on the door, guys.
And
or like in random places on the door, basically.
Right. And the one in the banner didn't have.
That's quite interesting. I didn't notice that.
Like,
I didn't look at it, but.
I don't understand how they were even allowed to, like, put it in there.
Release it, yes, without telling me. Who did this?
Who made that, bro? Just admit. Somebody's so fucking embarrassed, but just admit it, bro.
Malachi investigates?
Malachi, I'm gonna go to the fucking Madison group and be like, yo, just tell us who made this, bro. Who made that? Like, can I have a general? Because this is political information. Like, you should actually be, like, transparent about who you are. Because, first of all, a bunch of people thought it was. Me personally, I'm positive it was not endorsed by Anissa's campaign. But a bunch of people, like, who are not necessarily politically involved or who just, I don't know, that don't know, were like, oh, why would she do this? My mom was like, why would she do this? I'm like, no, she didn't do it. It wasn't her. She's like, well, somebody I know it was her, but, somebody approved it. I'm like, no, probably not. I doubt somebody approved it.
This was a rogue agent.
It's one of these groups, bro. One of these think they know everything, think they speak for the community groups made this. Or Willie Gross. That's my 2 guesses.
That's yes.
So Malachi investigates. Maybe I'll call Madison Group Inc. and say, yo, can you tell me?
So that was pretty much the mayoral race. It was pretty cut and dry. I think for the past month, it was pretty clear who was gonna win. I don't know how to describe the feeling, but Anissa had no
there was no movement for Anissa. And it's I
guess we compare it to Marty Walsh, where I felt that there was a lot more energy both times for him to be reelected.
I knew people was gonna vote for Marty Walsh. I just felt like Anissa didn't move people. I don't know, maybe I don't know what it was. I really don't know what it was. I don't know if like I said, I just have to figure it's what I've always thought, that people actually do give a fuck about the quality of life. I'm the political analyst in me is like, I don't know how possibly people could have not voted against their own interests. But I guess they, kind of care if their life sucks. So
I mean, just to think about the 2 platforms, in a time where our city's in desperate need of somebody to at least pull us in a progressive direction. We was saying we could try and figure out free MBTA, rent control. Even if I directly can't do it, she's gonna advocate for it. All of these things,
and that's
that people
important.
Are
Those are
for.
big things. Like if you're the mayor, like Boston, the Boston mayor is an important mayor, first of all, and Boston's the capital of Massachusetts. Like we can fight. You can use your bully pulpit to advocate for stuff like that. And when the mayor of Boston is doing it, that means so many other people across the state can be like, rent control is viable. Boston says they can do it. Like,
and there are a bunch of smaller cities, like right outside of Boston, that are ready to join us in like pushing for more progressivism and more progressive policies. That this isn't far fetched. It's just about having a mayor that is about that life,
who really is willing to do that, and who hopefully actually believes in charter change, which is something we have to hold Michelle Wu to. Is that she did say that she believes in at least some charter change, and the charter needs to be changed. We know that we voted for the budgeting, that passed. That. But anyway, sorry. But that's part of it. That's all. It's really important that whoever maybe Michelle Wu uses her.
And you have to like Malaysia tweeted this morning. Do you remember exactly what you tweeted? Damn, I'll pull it up. I don't want to leave from the screen, but I'll pull it up.
I said, now that the sun has risen, or something like that, it's time to figure out what the fuck is going on, mass cats. Like, something of that nature.
Yes. It is almost... Oh, no. That's just a tweet. That was a little sick. I thought, because... Okay. All right. The sun has risen on a new day, and it's time to figure out what Mayor-elect Michelle Wu is going to do about the housing issues on Mass Cast. And it's keep your neck on a politician. You see us wearing this Wu shirt? I'll take it off the next day if Wu trying to fuck with me and not give me some change.
If Michelle Wu, for instance, was to like send the police out and like go beat up a bunch of people, I'm gonna like be very upset about that. I'm gonna
come on here with
excuse
the same
me,
energy.
Why are you doing that, ma'am? What the fuck is that?
See, I think y'all got us confused with somebody else. A different generation. I don't know what y'all got us confused, but the second Michelle Wu does something I don't like, I'm gonna be on her neck on Twitter. She gonna have to block me at that point because
Michelle Wu follows me.
That's what everybody was tweeting yesterday, and people were making fun of people because they were like, "Why are you saying this?" Michelle literally follows everybody.
Literally, like.
And I was like, people with clout chases, y'all are weird.
He also follows me though.
Yeah, a lot of them follow me. They need to stop.
No, I'm
They be liking my tweets, and I'd be sitting there like, excuse me.
Person who doesn't follow me. Oh, Ricardo also follows me. Person who doesn't follow me, Felix Arroyo, the junior, the younger, who be liking my tweets sometimes. He knows we have beef. I think he knows we have beef. Yo, actually, I'd be thinking, hey, by the way, if you're watching, I'd be thinking y'all be watching, by the way.
Yeah, we know y'all all be watching. It's quite funny because people come up to us and say they're watching, and then I'm like, damn, it don't be showing us that you watching when we're live, so I don't think people watch after. I don't know why. We had
Object permanence.
We had a 5-star review on like Apple Podcasts. Did you think we ever knew about it until like a week ago?
Object permanence, we have none. We're like infants.
Somehow we don't know that people know us. I think that's the best part about both of us.
You're like, oh my god, I love your thing. I'll be like, huh? Who?
Me? Why are you listening to that? Who told you could listen to my podcast? Look at that.
Look at Yvette's watching. There you go, Yvette. Yvette voted for Michelle Wu.
Who told you could listen? Exactly. I don't know. But I think that's just a part of the life. But
yeah, anyway. Let's get on to the...
All right, let's get on to the
black
districts.
People voted for Michelle Wu. So, in D4, Brian Worrell won, and Boo.
Yeah, that was predicted because D4 is a rather...
Very conservative black district, mainly.
And Evandro is not from there. And not from my knowledge.
And that's not his land, also. With his people, it matters. It does matter.
It matters for a district race, like...
And he's... in many ways, people, kids, Cape Verdeans. And, yeah, I don't know. It was a bad hit for him. I don't think that was his... I don't understand Evandro. Like, I don't understand the trajectory. He's doing a John Santiago in the sense that, like...
Moving backwards, almost?
It doesn't make sense, like...
I would like to talk to him. Because I feel like there are some just questions that I have about, like, why he's
Evandro?
Yeah, about, like, the steps, why he's taken certain of these, like, steps in his political career.
Evandro's a weird dude. I want to talk to Evandro, too.
Because I just feel like it's a very interesting, because I think Evandro had a lot of potential. He still does, but I think he's obviously lost it once you lose 2 straight back-to-back elections.
I personally feel that Evandro would have been a pretty good DA.
Yeah. And
he just wouldn't have been better than Rachel Rollins. That's what he should have ran for, to be honest. We kind of knew that Rachel Rollins might be tapped for this. And I know there's some other folks who folks think are going to put their hat in the race. They're saying, should I say? Like, I guess
yeah, I forgot.
This is a show. Yeah. They're saying Ricardo.
Oh,
was
it Ricardo? Or was it?
Ricardo.
Oh, it was Ricardo. Oh, yeah.
Might put his hat in the DA race, which I think also makes sense.
Well, didn't they say Andrea, too?
Oh, yeah, Andrea, too. I mean, a lot of those people are lawyers.
Yeah, I was like, they're all lawyers, so potato.
Andrea, I don't think, me, personally, I don't know that I would want her in that position. She supposedly is good on a little bit of criminal justice. She got a lot better on that criminal justice, but not enough for me to want her as a DA. That's a lot of power.
The camera positioning got weird. I don't know why. Sorry. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so Evandro, yeah, I'd like to have a conversation with him because I'd like to know why he decided to run for. Obviously, he probably lives there or something. But I don't know. It just didn't make sense to me.
I mean, Evandro, like, he was like state rep, right? That was one of his first positions. You don't really... Why Boston City Council? Like...
Run for state rep again.
Facts. You should just run for state rep again. Or waited, like I said, till the DA. Yeah. You can run for DA again. Like, it was the first time anybody's ran
and
forever.
Rachel Rollins was literally the best candidate.
She was literally Thanos, bro.
She was Thanos. She was
She's the Beyonce of the race.
He
was Kelly.
Okay.
He was Kelly.
I was thinking of, the other ones she got rid of.
Latavia.
Yes.
He was Kelly. He was second best.
You were second best, and unfortunately, that means you don't win this race either.
Although I love Kelly, we all love Kelly. Let's be clear, this is not Kelly slander.
No.
She's not really second best. It's just, the perceptions.
But all right, so
that's Evandro is second best.
That is D4.
And then in D5, obviously Ricardo got reelected. Who knew? Alejandra didn't even know that somebody else was running for like mad months. So
back in September for the primary, I thought Ricardo was going to be on there for some reason. I don't know why. Because I knew he was up for re-election, so I thought he'd be on the primary, but there's no reason to when it's only 2 people.
Yeah.
And I was like, and then I got to the ballot today, yesterday. Wow, it feels like 10 days ago. I got to there and I said, oh yeah, Ricardo. Yeah, I'll vote for him again, I guess. Because I don't know that other man. John White or whatever his name was.
Yeah, Ricardo.
I guess I could find out right here.
Yeah, you probably look at him. D6, District 6.
Oh, the
party district.
This
Turn up District 6. Wepa District 6.
We're Puerto Rican.
Shut up.
Shut up.
We're being Cross Island over here. Where's my Dominican flag? You didn't bring it?
Damn, I always forgetting the best stuff. I mean, I was like, where?
But your cousin, yes. Alejandra's cousin from Bani.
My cousin. My new cousin. I just found out. No, she's not. I don't know. She probably is. But
won in District 6.
Won by 2,000 votes against that racist-ass
Mary Tamer, who definitely wanted to say the N-word every time she talked about...
So, you're a whore because we share lineage, and that's whoredom.
Every time she talked about Kendra, she clearly wanted to say that negress or something of that nature.
Yeah, that's a Lebanese flag, I believe.
She looked like... she kind of looked like...
Yeah, it's a Lebanese flag. She looked interesting. Yep. So, Mary Tamer can catch these hands because she was running amok, kept going to Twitter to say racist shit.
And then half apologize or not apologize. And then she blocked Chip.
So
for asking for an apology. Oh, also, I love how they were like, Kendra was endorsed by the Democratic Socialists. And everybody's like...
Okay, that's great. We love it. Thanks.
Everybody was like, gentrifiers and Dominicans from JP for Kendra.
And never forget that Matt O'Malley either endorsed or donated to Mary Tamer because Matt O'Malley is a piece of...
And she lost.
And
whoever else endorsed it, you better revoke that freaking money. You better be like, I don't want it. I don't want it to go to her no more because she's racist.
It was just very interesting,
but,
because we all knew
list,
that Kendra Hicks not only got the attention from like the progressive crowd, but like people were paying attention to her. Just her crew, her team. Her team was putting in a very aggressive, like constantly door knocking, constantly canvassing,
ground game was
things like.
Do you guys see how it all comes together? You see the connections, bro. Who was knocking doors
on
walking,
social media,
who's on the ground, whose people were talking to people, who was going crazy on social media, like who literally became social media famous because of their candidate.
You know what's interesting? Now that we have this conversation about social media twice with Wu and Kendra, is that imagine what a better place Kim Janey and Andrea might have been in had they taken advantage of social media.
Kim Janey don't know how to use social media.
They don't, but
nothing.
Imagine if they had been able to try and do 1/10 of what Michelle did.
First of all,
it would have helped so much.
First of all, if they even had regular supporters, people who were not even technically affiliated with their campaign, who knew how to use social media in a way that wasn't antagonizing, then it would have even helped. I mean, because Michelle Wu had a ton of regular people supporting her. Who would tweet about her, who would make fan cams, who would be talking about her policies. She had us, who were not big, but we probably convinced some of y'all. Okay. So, and
these things matter, guys. Being on the ground and being virtually on the ground are very important concepts that we need to all be taking, like, mental notes of how this works. Like, it is 2021. You win an election the old-fashioned way of canvassing, but you also win it online. And I know we like to lie and be like, oh, elections aren't won online. Michelle just won one online.
So many people have proven, many a national election has been won online, so nobody can say that anymore. But, and many of them have been lost online, too, in the sense that some people have banked on only, because you can't do only online. You can win doing only on the ground. Mm-hmm. It's harder in this day and age, but you can do it. You cannot win only online. Mm-mm. But if you have both, if you actually know how to work that crowd, like Michelle Wu, the way she tweets, she's good at tweeting.
That person, that social media manager, they better go get a 100, 200 grand paying job. Like, you need money, baby. Whoever was tweeting from that account, you need bread.
That was good Twitter. That was Twitter excellence. So people need to understand that you need to be able to work both. And then people, if people appeal to young people more, they would have that. Like, if they would actually allow young people that's how you know they're not allowing young people to their campaign, because young people will tell them, you should do this.
You know what's up. You know what's funny. Sorry.
So that's how I know that you're not actually talking to young folks. So.
And also, specifically for Kendra. Kendra has worked with young people.
Kendra is a young people.
Yes. Oh, do you know how old Kendra is?
Not that old.
That much I know, but
27 maybe.
Oh wow.
30, I don't know. I don't think she's 30, but maybe she is. Maybe a little.
32.
32.
She don't look 30. She looks 20-something. Yeah. Okay.
Still very young.
So it's
especially in terms of
for Twitter. Man, that's why they're all those. Also, Mary Tamer, she's a funny broad. Mainly because she kept putting up, they went on Kendra's Facebook from however long ago when Kendra was a teenager. And her talking about abolishing the police and different things, and her with gang signs, put that in quotation marks because it wasn't really gang signs, it was like peace signs and other stuff. And also, if you grow up in Boston, you know we throw up shit and don't really mean it because we don't got gangs like that. Thanks. It was funny because Mary Tamer was like, is this the person you want to be your city councilor? Everybody was like, hell yeah.
Me, yes.
That's exactly
she's not my city councilor. If I could vote for her, I totally would. But she's not. I was like, she seems fun to me.
A great
person.
It's
like gang sign. I'm like, bro, this is all you have, bro. I'm like, if you saw it though, it was actually nothing. I'm like, this is the worst you had of her. I thought it was actually because there's some things some of y'all put on Facebook in that time that were pretty damn bad, but that wasn't bad, really. I feel like she had they said she had a weapon or something at some point. It was it was either a water gun or a finger gun. It was literally
nothing.
Okay, guys.
Yeah, it goes to show you when you don't have policy to like properly critique what happens what you go for when you don't know how to run a social media campaign.
That's what that man in Ohio learned.
So that's Kendra.
And then in
D7.
Oh, where's the thing?
Oh yes.
So my good friend Roy Owens, he decided not to knock my door again after that other day when I just looked at him really hard when he said thank you for voting for me. I said, I didn't vote for you, bro. And he knows I didn't vote for him. He knows for a fact I didn't vote for him. I was standing next to him the day that everybody voted in the primary, and he knows I didn't vote for him. So that's a thing. But anyway, I decided to deliver this. I like to say that this was addressed to my brother, which I think makes it a hate crime. So Roy Owens, District 7, this is this beautiful thing. This is why I hate election season, actually, even though I'm a nerd. Roy Owens, City Councilor number 1 on your ballot. Thank you. And please vote Tuesday. Making common sense makes sense. Okay. These are wise men who are my friends, who make common sense make sense. I'm not going to read their names. That's a lot of motherfuckers.
Yes, it was.
I know, yeah. Anyway, men who can say Roy Owens is, these are for some reason capitals, is a man that is firm, fair, and consistent. If you believe in family values, lower taxes, I don't. Education reform and job creativity.
I don't know what that means either. Thanks.
Does he mean creating jobs or having creative jobs?
I don't think, for one thing that's certain, two things are short, one thing is certain. I don't think he meant creativity.
It's time to be about our father business. Got you. Because we are wise people and understand what is happening to District 7, we were victorious in the primary. I mean, I guess. I should have. He had mad homies behind him, though, to be honest. He rode in with a crew like it wasn't Confefe. There was like 4 niggas. I'm like, nigga, back the fuck up off my doorstep. But anyway, I hope you will consider voting for me and tell a friend. A vote for Roy is a vote for better schools, cleaner neighborhoods, faith-based initiative program, senior care and affordable housing, sponsored by Champions of Faith Initiative. Yeah, I bet you Champions of Faith Initiative is mostly Roy Owens.
I did not read the other side.
He got a picture of him with Charlie Baker. Yay. He. Oh, this is just a list of all his. This is just his resume. Yeah.
Oh. Well.
He's a Red Sox rookie baseball organizer. Very important if you're gonna be city councilor. Yo, he does have a lopsided head.
I'm triggered. 509 union member.
Coach.
Member.
Union member coach.
Football and basketball.
Wait a minute. What was he at? Wait. Why is not football and basketball being two...
Anywho.
This man was a teacher for years and he cannot spell football or basketball.
It's also be fucking him up. The apostrophe S's on words be fucking him up. One would think somebody that loves God would know that you're supposed to.
Roy Owens is breaking the law as we speak. Actually, he has not reported his campaign expenditures.
I wonder if he fixed it.
No, because please.
I'm just wondering. Please
look at it right now. Roy Owens also allegedly supports child molesters. Allegedly. But I mean, I'm pretty sure that person is his friend. He's admittedly his friend. And they're definitely convicted of child molestation. So, is it really allegedly?
He ain't reporting nothing. Yeah, I don't... Look,
That's his expenditure? No. I mean, that's... No, see? He claims, like... At least the shit is open now. Before the whole campaign thing was closed.
It used to have literally nothing in here. But, so there's more. That's good. They probably forced him to. They were like,
Like, he just, like, his account was not even open. His campaign account wasn't open. But it still has only the same, like, donations. And I don't believe him. That nobody has he's not, Roy Owens has a whole fucking donate to my Cash App on his website. How don't you have any donations, Roy? Where the like? Please, you have to tell me. You telling me nobody has donated over $20 in cash? Nobody. And you still have to mark down that you got cash. Like, you still have to put that down somewhere. Yeah, anyway.
It's very strange. Anywho, Roy Owens lost.
He got mollywopped.
By the lovely Tania.
He got his usual about 2,000 people to vote for him. That's what he gets every single time. He has a base of about 2,000 people, and they always vote for him. He's a perennial candidate. I think he was actually running for mayor as well.
He tried to.
Oh, he was in the primary. He wanted to be.
Yeah, he wanted to be.
He tried to Yancey it.
He wanted to do 2 and 1.
He wanted to Yancey it, but they didn't let him. But you're not even elected. Anyway, so in at large, Tania won. Tania, how you say her name? I'm sorry, I don't know. I need to hear all these people say their own names.
Facts. That's the issue. I've only heard other people say their names, and
like Ruth Z. I need to hear her say her name herself.
Facts. And I've heard people say some old lady yesterday said Tanya. And I know it's not Tanya.
I don't trust old black ladies.
I was like, I know it's not Tanya, because I said it Tanya one time. Everybody was like, no, Tania. And I was like, okay. Confusion. Anywho, so I need to hear you say your name. Sorry. I was outside all day for you yesterday.
Yeah, my counselor, I voted for you, miss. Love you.
I was freezing outside the John Winthrop Elementary School. For you. Not many people came by, but that's mainly because I was there from like 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Nobody was there.
I scrolled through and voted for you.
But she won. There was... nothing really to say about it. Like, nobody was going to vote for, like, besides the 2,000 people that always vote for him, nobody's going to vote for Roy Owens.
Like, it wasn't a fear. It's just that, like, if she was to leave, then Roy Owens would be the city councilor.
And that is the fear.
So that was the only problem. She was always going to win.
But I've been informed that she knows that she cannot leave unless she is either, like, somebody's taking her seat, like, a new election, or she... They know. Yeah. Like, she knows that she cannot leave until she properly leaves.
Right. Well, yes. Hopefully, good luck to her and do some good things. Please, in fact, fix the sidewalk that old man fell on every day. Please fix that. And at large, it was how exactly we expected it to shake out. Michael Flaherty got the most votes. Julia Mejia, very close behind him. Michael Flaherty should be very fucking afraid, because next time, if he runs again, he is not getting... He's not beating Julia. He's not. Ruth Z got the next... she's third. Yes, Ruth Z. Go, Ruth Z. Woo.
The first Haitian American city councilor.
Yeah, Ruth Z. Island Hispaniola gang, woo woo. I don't have a Haitian flag. No, maybe I do. No, I don't.
No, we don't.
But I want one. Yeah, fuck Flaherty. Like, that's how this is trying to talk. And then Erin bitch ass Murphy, who I don't know much about, but she white, so
supported by the police.
She's white. Her name. Oh yeah, she was. And her name is Erin Murphy. I'm sorry, if you have that name, I'm gonna have to judge you off your name.
Thank you. Just like Michael Flaherty.
Michael Flaherty.
Whatchamacallit? And notably, David Halbert came in
V close.
Fifth with less than, like, the separation was like 300 and something votes.
He was V close,
which is very sad, because it would have been very exciting to have David Halbert join the city council, but. It is what it is. We expected that 2 whites would come through and 2 blacks.
Yep, but it might not shake out like that next time. So
it might not.
You guys, in 2 years, be ready.
And I'd like to... Oh, this is not my Twitter. Dang it. I can't search myself like this. Bitches. So much work. Making me work. God damn it. Anywho... Me as if I can't remember. I know it. This morning I tweeted something that I thought was cool, mainly because Rusi tweeted about how she'd be the first Haitian American city councilor, and I was like, oh my god, I cried, because I was like, damn, that's really, like, in a time where so many Haitian Americans and just Haitian immigrants in general are still being like persecuted by our government and with the threat of being sent back to their country, and facts, not searching. Yeah, exactly. I did search for myself on my own Twitter for my business. Exactly. Ridiculous. In a time where, like, a bunch of bad shit happens to Haitians pretty regularly, it's very great to see a Haitian American now take office and hopefully be somewhat of a representative for her community. I'm not saying she has to be, but she will be by de facto. So
yeah, in Boston, there's a lot of there's a huge Haitian population in Boston. They deserve representation. It's kind of wild, because we all as Bostonians know there's a bunch of all these people in Boston, and we've never been represented to the extent that we should have been. And now finally,
it's looking
after
good.
decade upon decade in this city, finally we're getting some representation. I feel represented. I know some weirdos are gonna be like, but there are no Americans, Black Americans. So but literally they're all American from America though. Except Julia was born in thing, but
Julia and
she grew up here.
Tania were both born in.
And they both grew up here, did they not?
Yeah. Whatchamacallit? What was I gonna say? But this I'm gonna read where everybody's specifically from to show you guys how crazy this is. That this is one of the first times that our city council will be more reflective of our city. Not that the past one wasn't that reflective, but I think this one holistically of the different ethnicities is more representative. So
you hate Black Americans. Go on.
Me. I am one, but I know they're gonna fight me on that, so I'm not gonna say that. What's some call it? So at large, we have a Dominican, Julia Mejia. At large, a Haitian, Ruth Z. D4, a Bayesian Jamaican.
Boom.
Devil.
I don't want you ugly.
D5, Puerto Rican King, Ricardo Arroyo. D6, Dominican Queen, Kendra Hicks. D7, Cape Verdean Queen, Tania.
Yeah.
And obviously,
Tania's lit because Tania got all the representation.
Tania, a Muslim.
She Cape Verdean.
And an immigrant. What more do you want?
She's visible.
And then, most importantly, the mayor, Asian. So we've covered effectively almost every major group within Boston. Now, personally, I'd like to see a Somali person hopefully
one day
soon be added to our city council. Yes. Maybe the dude that ran for at-large.
Saeed
cool.
Abdikiram.
I'd like to see him run again just to see. But I'd love seeing the fact that we're actually
Muslim,
the fact that you'll see people that actively kind of look like you be in the city council is not necessarily. It don't really mean shit if they don't do nothing.
If they're terrible, but
it means shit when you're a kid.
So yeah, that's why fuck Brian Worrell. But the rest of them, I don't know what Brian's gonna do. But
we can see because he could surprise us.
He could surprise us.
Maybe he did so fearless, but
maybe he's wonderful.
But maybe he'll do what a lot of people what a lot of people do is they'll be like, oh damn, I can't side with all these white people. I can't side with Michael Flaherty, and I can't side with Frank Baker and Ed Flynn.
Funky ass Flynn. Yo, Ed Flynn, bro, that's an interesting dude.
Because imagine you have Julia, Ruthie, Tania, and Kendra. Why wouldn't you kind of gotta gang with them? If you don't, you're whack. I'm sorry to tell you this, Brian. We're going to judge you based off of that. If it's gang on that side and you're over there hanging out with Flaherty, Flynn, and Baker, it's lights out for you.
And Lydia Edwards likes to hop around.
And yeah, Lydia Edwards lives in... And she's leaving soon because she's running for state reps or, whatever, state something. So, it was just very cool to see that that's a thing now. The city... Our elected officials are truly starting to represent the city, that the people that live in the city and not just a bunch of old white men like it has been forever. And we obviously have had a lot more women entering of color, obviously. And I was gonna say this, Michelle Wu, Andrea Campbell, Kim Janey, and then going back to Tito, Felix Arroyo. Felix Arroyo was city council, right? No. Yeah, right.
I don't know, but Yancey,
all them people of color, they're a bunch of them. Anywho, we're finally starting to see more of that representation in a full sense, because I feel like before it was more Turner? Chuck Turner. I feel like there'd be 2 or 3, and that'd be pretty much it. But now it's bitch, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
It's a whole party. I can't wait till somebody
13?
gets bitch ass Liz Bradeen and bitch ass girl who annoys me, Kenzie Bach.
I forgot about Lydia. She's black too.
Yeah.
That this is basically a majority or pretty evenly split of whites and everything else from the city. We love to see it. We love to see the days that we stopped acting like Boston is not a minority majority city. We stopped acting like only white people suddenly here. We have just shown you in this election and for the past couple of years that not only are there Black people here, they're Latinos, they're Asians. We're here.
We are here. Fuckless Brandine. Okay, all right. And for the questions.
Oh, the questions. All right, the 3 ballot questions. There were 3. They all went the way everybody should have wanted them to go. Yes on 1, yes on 1. No on 2, no on 2. Ooh. Yes on 3, yes on 3.
Okay, so 1 was about the budgeting and whether the city council should have power to affect the budget, like to have power to legislate, basically, do anything, which is of course
the budget
yes.
More participatory.
Participatory budgeting, yes. Also, they have to do that too. They have to actually make it like transparent for the people so they can be able to like, you know, say like, hey, I fucks with this line item or I don't fucks with this line item and all that stuff. So that's cool.
Which is great because
it's very important.
What's we call it? Julie Mejia was one of the first candidates that really, at least in social media, was trying to bring some transparency towards the budget process and what it actually meant instead of just agreeing or disagreeing. She was like, this is what's in the budget. And this is why I support it.
Transparency in the budgeting process and participatory budgeting for the city council. Number 2 and number 3 are both non-binding questions. Number 2 was about a substation in East Boston, whether they should build a substation in East Boston rather than in near Logan Airport where there's random ass space where nobody lives. Which, because of that phrasing, I feel that people shouldn't have been confused. But I guess some people were, and I see why, because it was like, but people voted no, obviously, because like, why kill the people of East Boston? Like, that shit could explode or something. And then number 3 was
the school committee.
About whether the school committee should be elected, which obviously it should be. Why everybody else have elected school committee and we have an appointed school committee and we have a mayor that can do anything and everything? That doesn't make sense.
You know what pissed me off when people are like, but it's going to make it so much harder, blah, blah, blah. We should have a hybrid. No, we shouldn't. You know why? Because the people that get appointed these positions never work out
They're
for us.
the devil.
Literally
okay, bro. I know Michelle Wu supports a hybrid school committee system, like with some appointed people. If they're going to be appointed, they shouldn't have voting. They shouldn't be able to vote unless they're a student appointee. That's the only appointed people. First of all, the students should be voted to by the students. But anyway, they shouldn't have a voting power because the people, you shouldn't just put people in positions that should be elected. Like, there are a lot of positions that the mayor is allowed to fill. The school committee should not be one of those things. I understand you want to have people who are fucking experts. Those people should maybe testify on the board. They should be like, you know, experts for the board. Like, you know, in the city council, they have all those random people who know all the fucking rules. That's what they should have in the school committee. But everybody who votes should be elected or a student. And that's it. Like, it's like they literally, like Julia Mejia said, the reason that our school committee is no longer elected was because they knew Black people were about to fucking take over the school committee. And Boston is racist as shit. And one of the main ways that we continue to uphold racism in this city is through BPS. That, like, I've said it before and I'll say it again. The fundamental issue with BPS, it's not funding, it's not the enrollment, it's not safe, it's not any of that. It's not the lead in the water even. It's racism. It's racism is the fundamental issue. The issue that causes all these other issues is racism. Like, firmly white supremacy is the issue in BPS. And we got to do something about that. And part of doing something about that is having an elected school committee. Because people are like, you know, I saw someone say they wanted to vote for Anissa because of schools, which is nuts. But, like, people, that of course that's a huge thing for people. We should, like, it doesn't make any sense. We need an elected school committee. We need to have that. We must. Like, it's time.
There are, like, people that are like, oh, but how will, like, parents and other people, yada, yada,
like they do in every fucking... It's a school... If you know that if somebody is elected, then they are supposed to work for you, that's even more... Like, these people don't have to listen to us because some mayor just gives them their job, and if that mayor wants them to keep their job, they have forever. And that's what I hate when mayors are, like, trying to keep appointed positions and stuff because they want their power, because they know they are going to do good. Well, the next person after you is going to be a dickhead, probably. So, make it so the people can control who is going to be leading the school. First of all, the way that we've had, like, who was the last administrator superintendent that lasted longer than 10 years? Even 10 years is a lot. 5 years? Mm-hmm. Like, that is partially because our school committee doesn't have to be responsive to us. They don't feel like they have to be transparent about the process. The mayor doesn't feel like that she has to be, or he has to be transparent about the process. And that means that our kids are fucking being, they're dropped by the wayside. They don't get heard. We have lead in the water. All that stuff comes from that. So we need to have elected school committee, more democracy rather than less democracy. Duh. And I will run for school committee.
No, because I almost submitted an application for it, but I said, I feel like there are better people that are more connected with the BPS system.
That are actually more like facts. Like, I don't think I would actually.
Because, first of all, those meetings are also very long and ineffective, but that's...
They are long, meetings. Although I might, because I would just love to go on there. I would have to at least be a exam school person to be like, fuck the exam schools. Fuck the exam schools. You have to have some of them. But anyway, that's it though.
I think that's everything. That is our election recap. Let me think if there's anything very quickly to say.
We're not much over an hour, so that's good.
Facts, we did it pretty swiftly, very quickly. This was a good election, I would say, overall.
For me.
Facts. For us, for the Wu Train, it was a good election. I think there's almost a positive feeling going into Michelle's I was going to say presidency.
What's that word?
I don't know.
Administration?
Administration, I guess. We're going to do an episode hopefully soon about like what we want her first 100 days.
What the mayor can do and what we want them to do and that want her to do in her first 100 days.
As well as what we want her to do for her first year and for her first term. We're going to try and focus on the actionable things that the mayor can do as well as the city councilor. So be on the lookout for that episode. And if you are an expert on these things, like if you're an expert on the city charter, expert on what a city councilor does, if you are a city councilor, you can come on here. Not certain ones, though. No, I'm lying. Anybody can join.
Anybody can join. I'm just going to antagonize... I would know why Ed Flynn or Funky Ass Frank would come on here or Michael Flaherty, but I would just antagonize you. You would never come on here, so...
Yeah, it wouldn't be... For you, it wouldn't be good. For me, it'd be fun.
I would be laughing. Yo, the way that Funky Ass Frank would probably come on here, though. I think Frank Baker is very antagonistic. Like, I think he likes to argue.
He likes the drama.
He looks like he likes to fight. Like
he likes to get beaten by his...
I think Frank Baker is messy.
He's a messy broad. I'm gonna call people broads again.
Frank Baker is a messy broad. But anyway.
But yes, so if you're an elected official, what is it?
Or
city council elect,
a formerly elected official.
Avandro.
Some of you formerly elected officials, not all of you.
Some of you. Hit us up. Y'all be in our DMs. Go ahead.
Some of them, yeah.
No, y'all don't be in our DMs like that. It's LOL. Some of them. But if you have like a wealth of knowledge about city kind of topics like that, while we are well versed in a lot of stuff, I'm not perfect with the city charter. The city charter is probably my weakest aspect of like.
Well, I have to read it.
That thing mad long.
I know.
Me likely have dyslexia. The way the verbiage in that city charter is very confusing to me. And it's pretty straightforward, but it's confusing. If you're like, obviously we know how to read that stuff, so it's not as confusing. But if you don't know how to read a political document like that, like a charter,
documents,
that shit is very confusing and it makes no sense, which is why there's so much confusion. Like when Kim Janey was an acting mayor and everybody didn't understand how it would work, and they had debates at the city council because legal language is always up for debate. Mm-hmm. Anywho, if you're an expert of some sort and would like to be a guest on Insert Name here,
any kind of politics expert, feel free,
because we'd like this to be an opportunity to learn about what your mayor can do and what your city councilor can do, so that we can push them and aggravate them and make them do this shit we want them to do. This is an evil ploy. Ploy? Is that the right word?
Yeah, sure.
I don't know. It sounds wrong in my head. Plot. Yeah. An evil ploy, an evil plot to inform the masses so that we can take over. Thank you.
All right.